New question, the member from Davenport.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. It's no secret that the housing market in the Greater Golden Horseshoe has experienced dramatic price increases in recent months. We have all seen the stories reporting that housing prices in Toronto are up 33% from this time last year. But, Mr. Speaker, while our hot housing market is tied to the confidence people have in the Ontario economy, we know that many are struggling with housing affordability. In my own riding of Davenport, I've heard from so many hard-working young families about the difficulty that they're having entering the housing market. So just last week, I was so proud to stand by the Premier as she, along with yourself and the Minister of Housing, announced the introduction of Ontario's Fair Housing Plan. Mr. Speaker, this announcement was wonderful news for the constituents in my riding of Davenport, who are working so hard every day to purchase a safe and affordable place to call home. So could the minister please share with my constituents and all the members of this House what this plan means?
Thank you. Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate the member from Davenport who attended that press conference and has been advocating and fighting not only for supporting those who are renting and who are being subject to valuations beyond their control, but also trying to advocate for young families, get a starter home and enabling them to get some equity built in their homes. And given the spike and the great increase year over year that's occurred, she's been advocating alongside this caucus to find ways to temper the marketplace by going after those speculators who are with deep pockets, crowding out those very families that are trying to get a start. So I congratulate her and our team and our caucus for finding ways to cool the market to ensure that everybody has a better chance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and to the minister for his answer. I know my constituents in my riding of Davenport were also excited to hear that Ontario is also proposing to expand rent control as part of the Fair Housing Plan. This is an issue I've had the pleasure to write to the Ministry of Housing about previously and most recently in February. Minister, as you are aware, many tenants across the GTA, including in my riding of Davenport, have been faced with unacceptable rent increases. In one case, tenants in the south end of my riding received a shock when their rent on their two-bedroom condo nearly doubled from $1,660 a month to $3,320 a month. With so many of my constituents in Davenport and right across the Greater Golden Horseshoe living in rental housing, it is so important for our government to let those people know that economic evictions are unacceptable. Speaker, through you to the minister, can you please tell members of this House
Minister.
Minister of Housing.
Minister of Housing.
Well, thank you, Speaker. And to the member for her question, she has indeed been a tireless advocate on this important issue. Speaker, we've heard stories of unreasonable and shocking rental hikes in today's market. Stories like Pauline, who lives in Toronto and told me that she's fearful that her family will be forced out of their condominium due to an unreasonable rent hike. Speaker, stories like Pauline and her family is why we introduced the Rental Fairness Act yesterday in the House. If passed, Speaker, our bill will expand rent controls to all private rental units, including those built after 1999. In addition, this bill includes a suite of other measures that protect tenants. Speaker, by passing this bill, 250,000 people would be protected from unreasonable rent hikes. Speaker, whether you're a senior on a fixed income or a young person just starting off, all Ontarians deserve rent that's affordable.